The Battle of Nahavand, which took place in 642 CE, was a significant military conflict during the early Islamic expansion. It occurred between the Rashidun Caliphate, led by Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, and the Sasanian Persian Empire, led by its last monarch, Yazdijerd III. The Islamic expansion in the 7th century led to clashes between the newly formed Islamic State and the established empires of the time. The Sasanian Persian Empire was one such empire that faced the expansion of the Rashidun Caliphate. Nahavand, a city in modern-day Iran, was strategically important due to its location along the route connecting Iraq and the western provinces of the Sasanian Empire. The Rashidun Caliphate emerged victorious in the battle, leading to the collapse of the Sasanian Empire. This victory marked a significant turning point in the early Islamic conquests. The defeat at Nahavand contributed to the fall of the Sasanian Empire and paved the way for further Islamic expansion into Persia. It also had long-lasting effects on the region's culture, religion, and political landscape. After the battle, the Sasanian Emperor Yazdijerd III went into hiding, and his dynasty effectively came to an end. He continued to resist for some time but eventually disappeared from historical records. The Battle of Nahavand played a crucial role in shaping the history of the Middle East, as it marked the beginning of Muslim rule in Persia and the end of the Sasanian Empire. The battle was characterized by intense fighting and strategic maneuvers. The Rashidun forces, commanded by Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, employed various tactics, including archery and cavalry charges, to gain the upper hand. Prior to the battle, Nahavand was under siege by the Muslim forces for several months. The city's fortifications were strong, but the perseverance of the Rashidun forces eventually led to its fall. Cultural and religious impact. The victory at Nahavand had a profound impact on the culture and religion of the Persian people. Over time, many Persians converted to Islam, and the Arabic language and Islamic traditions began to influence Persian culture. The Battle of Nahavand is considered one of the major battles of the early Islamic conquests, along with battles like the Battle of Yarmouk and the Battle of Qadisiyah. It marked the expansion of Islam into the Iranian plateau and the eventual transformation of Persia into an Islamic state. The conquest of Persia and the victory at Nahavand significantly expanded the territory of the Rashidun Caliphate, and played a crucial role in the spread of Islam throughout the region. It also contributed to the emergence of new Persian Islamic dynasties and the development of Persian Islamic culture, particularly during the subsequent Abbasid Caliphate. The Battle of Nahavand was a pivotal event in early Islamic history, leading to the fall of the Sasanian Empire, the spread of Islam in Persia, and a lasting impact on the region's culture and religion. Expansion of the Rashidun Caliphate. The victory at Nahavand was part of the broader expansion of the Rashidun Caliphate, which had emerged after the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632 CE. This expansion included the conquest of territories previously ruled by the Byzantine Empire and various Persian states. Persian Sasanian Empire. The Sasanian Empire, which had its capital in Ctesiphon, near modern-day Baghdad, was a significant rival to the Byzantine Empire in the centuries leading up to the rise of Islam. It was known for its rich culture, advanced bureaucracy, and Zoroastrian religion. Zoroastrianism was the dominant religion in Persia before the arrival of Islam. The defeat at Nahavand led to a decline in the influence of Zoroastrianism in the region, as many Persians gradually converted to Islam. This religious shift had a profound and lasting impact on Persian culture and identity. Resistance and guerrilla warfare. After the defeat at Nahavand, remnants of the Sasanian forces continued to resist the Muslim conquest, often resorting to guerrilla warfare and hit-and-run tactics. This resistance persisted for several years, but ultimately, the Sasanian state disintegrated. The Muslim conquest of Persia marked the beginning of a new era in Iranian history. Over time, Persian culture and Islamic traditions merged, giving rise to what is now known as Persian Islamic civilization. This fusion of cultures contributed to the development of art, literature, and science in the Islamic world. Legacy of Nahavand. The Battle of Nahavand is remembered as a critical event in the history of the Middle East, as it led to the end of the Sasanian Empire and the rise of Islam in Persia. The victory had political, religious, and cultural implications that continue to shape the region to this day. The Battle of Nahavand was a turning point in the early Islamic conquests, leading to the collapse of the Sasanian Empire and the spread of Islam in Persia. Its historical significance extends beyond the military outcome, as it played a central role in the cultural and religious transformation of the Persian region. Caliph Umar's leadership. The Battle of Nahavand occurred during the Caliphate of Umar ibn al-Khattab, who was the second Caliph of Islam. His leadership and the strategies employed by his commanders played a crucial role in the Rashidun victory. Umar is widely respected in Islamic history for his administrative skills and military leadership. The conquest of Persia, including the victory at Nahavand, brought vast wealth and resources into the Islamic treasury. This economic windfall contributed to the stability and growth of the early Islamic state and allowed for further expansion. Administrative changes. The administration of the newly conquered Persian territories involved a significant transformation. Islamic governance structures were implemented, and the Arabic language became the administrative and literary language, although Persian continued to be used as well. Despite the political and religious changes brought by Islam, Persian culture had a lasting impact on the Islamic world. Persian scholars made significant contributions to Islamic philosophy, science, and literature, and Persian art and architecture influenced Islamic aesthetics. The conquest of Persia also had implications for the early divisions within Islam. It contributed to the emergence of the Sunni-Shia divide, as some Persians who converted to Islam initially supported Ali, the cousin and son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad, in the early struggles for leadership. Much of what we know about the Battle of Nahavand and the early Islamic conquests comes from Islamic historical sources like the Tareekh al-Tabari, History of Tabari, and the writings of early Muslim historians. These sources provide valuable insights into the events and their consequences. The Battle of Nahavand was a pivotal moment in the expansion of the early Islamic state and the transformation of Persia. Its impact extended far beyond the battlefield, influencing politics, culture, and religion in the region for centuries to come.